I'm Asha from eAgeTutor, and I'm here to talk to you about how to crack interviews in this series of talks. Do you think interviews are hell, like school and college examinations happening all over again? Well, they don't have to be if you follow some of these tactical tips and strategies that I'm about to share with you. Let's take step 1. Now, this doesn't start on the morning of the interview. No, it doesn't even start on the day of the interview. You're not there yet. This starts way ahead of time, when you know there is an interview right around the corner in your life and you start planning for it smartly, systematically. In many ways, the success of your interview depends more on this phase than what you actually pull off at the time of the interview. It's like training for that big game, you see? Training your mind, your body, your personality to be able to face any kinds of questions that come your way, including those unexpected googlies that might be thrown at you on the day of the interview. Now, when you ask yourself, why interview? Perhaps the most obvious answer that comes to your mind is, well, I need a job. But wait, it's the companies that are calling for interviews. So it seems like they need someone to do a job just as much as you need one yourself. So, psych yourself up. Tell yourself that you are going to be the one that they are looking for, the perfect fit for that position that needs to be filled. Okay, and then translate that into reality. Just follow this 4-point pre-interview action plan. Know your company. Now, don't walk into an interview without a clue about the company that you are applying to work for. You've got to ask, seek and find out. Just go on the company's website and see what they are all about. Know the company's mission and vision and who runs it and what their work culture might be. This way, if you are asked, for instance, do you know why our company was in the headlines yesterday? You're not fumbling with, I didn't read yesterday's paper, but you know immediately that this was to cover a product launch, perhaps, of theirs that was covered in the business section of the paper. Or if the company that you're applying for sponsors the country's biggest marathon, indicate that you know about it. Now, this way, it is not just that you have read up just for the sake of the interview, but they also realize that you are following up on what's happening in the corporate scene, and they are also happy that you have done your homework. You've done a little bit of groundwork about what this company is all about, instead of just walking into that interview clueless about any of it. Now, having said that, when you do the research for the company, if you find that they are just not what you're looking for and that you might end up being a misfit there, drop the idea of going for the interview. Just wait till the next best big thing comes your way. But if this is the best big one for you, then go all out and prepare for the interview, because you do want to land that job. And you do want that to be one of the first and the last ones for a long time to come. Next, know yourself. Now, you're probably thinking, I know myself pretty well, so what's there to prepare for? All right. Can you tell me some skills that you're bringing with yourself to the company? See? You might not always have the information about yourself at the forefront of your mind to be able to speak about it with ease when such a question comes at you. So, when you are setting out for the interview, it's not just the documents, the personals, the pens or 2 copies of your resume that you need to take with you in that organizer. But what I'm talking about is some personal information that you need to carry with you as well in your head. Think about yourself, your strengths, your shortcomings, important dates, events, milestones in your life so far, institutions that you've attended, people that have influenced you, any favorites of yours, books, music, everything about yourself. Prepare so you can bring out this information when such questions are asked of you, and I will be talking to you about these questions, so that you can speak about yourself also with natural ease and calm, and you don't have to rack your brains at the time of the interview. So you do have to prepare to know yourself before you walk into that interview and face those questions. Now, having known yourself, also know that you can be better. There's no greater misguidance than just be yourself. What? With all our imperfections and flaws, and expect to walk into a life-changing interview and get the job? Sorry. Someone who was just not being himself, but being a better version of himself, is going to walk into that interview, nail it, and walk away with that prized job. Get some insight into yourself as you prepare for the interview. Reflect a little bit on areas where you can improve yourself. For example, if you're telling yourself, well, my communication skills are not up to the mark, do something about it. If you feel that your body language and your posture can be better, work at it. Well, even if you think that maybe my dress sense leaves a little bit to be desired, why not work at it? So the grooming is not really only for the horses. You can work on improving yourself. Whatever skills that are lacking, whatever areas there might be where you can be better, do it now. Be proactive rather than go to the interview, hear from them, the interviewing panel, that these were some areas where you could have done better, and feeling sorry for yourself. There are institutions like eAge which will prepare you with not just improvement for life in general, but specifically give you sets of skills that are going to work for you very well at times of interviews. It's not about being different. You don't have to be someone artificial or someone that you are not. It's just about being the best version there is of yourself, which you are going to present at the time of the interview. And that's going to be a positive stroke in your favor. And finally, but most significantly as well, know what to do at the interview. Now, the next round of talks will be sharing with you what the questions are that you can expect at the interview, what your words and your body language have to indicate, what are some do's and don'ts, so you can follow the series of talks and be prepared for exactly what to do at the interview. Now remember that no matter how many interviews you attend, some of these questions about tell me something about yourself or your strengths and your shortcomings, they are going to keep turning up in different forms, through different words, but you're going to have to keep learning how to answer them. So let not your enthusiasm flag. Don't be completely at a loss for words or energy, because you know what? These are questions that you can prepare for. So why not do that and be ready to face them when they come at you? Treat every interview like it's going to be your first and hopefully your last one for a long time to come. And let your words, your body language show it. So, you're almost there. It's the time of the interview and you are at the door because your name has been called out. Are you thinking that you're about to face a firing squad? Don't worry. They're only going to be firing blanks at you. They're only going to ask you questions. And if you follow the series of talks, you're going to be prepared to answer them in the best possible manner that you can. So go ahead, put your best foot forward into that door.